So he actually got another woman pregnant. He had been cheating on me, and he left us for them. And right after he left, I found out I was pregnant with Brooke, and I was just completely alone for that entire pregnancy, and ever since she's been born. Yeah, so it's just the three of us in the house together.
So what I'm hearing is your pregnancies with Brooke and Annie were quite different?
Yeah, yep. Yeah. With Annie, it was just so different, you know. I was so in love with him, and, you know, he was there, and he was a good father, and he provided for us, and, you know, I didn't feel alone. And then with Brooke, it was just completely different. I was on my own. I didn't have that person there supporting. It wasn't, you know, as a loving pregnancy and I guess beginning of their lives as it was with Annie, as Brooke's, you know. So it's been very different.
Right.
I had about like I got pregnant with Annie like right after our wedding, so I've had like 4.5 years with Annie before Brooke came, and then it was just so different, you know, just so different. I had to cope with a lot of things on my own.
So you said that your husband cheated on you,
Yes.
correct?
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this. Do you have any contact with your other half-sibling?
No, I don't even know who they are.
You don't know who they are, so they're cut off completely?
Yes, we do not talk to them.
My mom doesn't seem to like them much, so I just don't even bother.
Well, your father cheated on me.
Yeah.
Left
so I
me,
don't
you,
bother.
and Annie alone. Like without anyone. So no, I'm not gonna talk to them, and I'm not gonna let you talk to them either.
So I don't bother.
So I think I mentioned boundaries when I introduced what type of therapist I'm in, and what I'm hearing is, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that there's a pretty rigid boundary that you expect with Brooke.
Mm-hmm.
You totally do not want her to talk. How would you feel if she started speaking with her other sibling?
I'd feel a little betrayed. You know, I am her parent. We are not friends here. I am trying to raise her the best that I can, and for her to completely, you know, welcome that part of her father's life is just ridiculous to me, because he hurt us so badly. For her to even want that, I don't understand.
Okay. Well, let's segue back to Brooke and her schoolwork. So why don't you tell me about a situation that could happen every day, that, say, she stayed in the bathroom at school all day. What does that typically look like? Like, what kind of day? Like, start from, does the counselor contact you when this happens, or do you get a note from the teacher?
I get well, it's been happening for a while now, so I get a phone call from the principal or the counselor. It differs depending on each day. And they tell me that Brooke has been skipping class again and just staying in the bathroom. After school, I pick her up and I try to tell her how unacceptable that is, and that she needs to go to class so she can learn and get a good education and, you know, make it into a good high school and, you know, be educated. It's important to be educated. And so yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. She gets in the car, and sometimes it's yelling, but for the most part, I'm just trying to get her to understand how important it is that you can't skip class to be in the bathroom, even if you don't like the teacher or the subject or whatever it is.
So what would you typically say in a conversation to her about one of these events? Like, you're in the car, driving home, what type of things do you say, or do you say anything at all?
She says the same thing like over and over again, and it's just really, it's so annoying. Like she'll just say, you know, why do you keep doing this? You need to learn and blah blah blah. And I zone out now. I don't even know what she says anymore.
What do you say? Like, what is your typical response?
I mean, she doesn't notice, but sometimes I have my headphones in when she's talking. It's fine.
Really?
It's fine. And, I mean, she'll just, you know, keep going on and on about, you know, I need to get an education and whatever, but I just want to hang out with my friends.
Mm-hmm. How does that make you feel when she says she has her headphones?
Well, I feel like there's a disconnect there then, that my words aren't important to her. Clearly she doesn't respect me.
So what I'm hearing is that you guys are having the same conversation over and over again? How is that working out?
I think it's pointless.
Clearly she's not hearing me.
So maybe we could work on different ways to approach these events. Before our next session, I would like you guys to, coming up this next week, we'll meet at the same time next week if that works for both of your schedules. Think of an event that has happened, a triggering event, and explain, like maybe journal even, your exact conversation, how you're feeling, how you feel like the other person felt, and then maybe we can talk about that next session. And please bring Annie.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, thank